Welcome to the abyss of crime, where the shadows whisper secrets and the truth is often stranger than fiction. From chilling unsolved crimes to controversial trials, we explore the darker side of humanity through meticulous investigation and compelling storytelling. The Life and Murder of Mick Hawi, a comprehensive narrative. Mahmoud Mick Hawi was born on May 9, 1980 in Lebanon. His family emigrated to Australia during his childhood, settling in Sydney. Growing up in a working-class family, Hawi's early years were relatively uneventful. He left high school at the age of 16 and attended TAFE, where he trained as an apprentice in his father's spray painting business. Eventually, he bought a car detailing business, demonstrating an early knack for entrepreneurship. Hawi's life took a dramatic turn when he joined the Comancheros motorcycle club at the age of 18. His charisma, leadership qualities, and assertiveness propelled him quickly through the ranks. By the age of 22, he had become the national president of the Comancheros, a rapid ascent that highlighted his influence within the organization. Mick Hawi's notoriety peaked following a violent brawl at Sydney Airport on March 22, 2009. This incident involved a large-scale confrontation between the Comancheros, led by Hawi, and the rival Hells Angels. The altercation, which occurred in a busy terminal, resulted in the death of Hells Angels associate Anthony Zervas, who was bludgeoned to death with a metal bollard. Witnesses described the scene as chaotic and terrifying, with the bikers raging and attacking each other with improvised weapons. The public nature of the brawl and the resulting death led to widespread media coverage and increased scrutiny of outlaw motorcycle gangs. This incident prompted the New South Wales Police to establish Strikeforce Raptor, a specialized unit dedicated to targeting and dismantling bikie gangs and their activities. Hawi was arrested and charged with murder and affray. In 2011, he was convicted of the murder of Anthony Zervas and sentenced to 28 years in prison, with a non-parole period of 21 years. However, in 2014, his murder conviction was quashed on appeal, leading to a plea deal in which Hawi admitted to manslaughter. He was resentenced to a reduced term of 3.5 years, largely served by the time of his release. On February 15, 2018, Mick Hawi was murdered in a brazen daylight attack outside the Fitness First gym in Rockdale, Sydney. Hawi, who had been maintaining a low profile since his release from prison in 2015, was ambushed shortly after finishing his workout. The assailant, dressed in black and wearing a mask, approached the driver's side of Hawi's black Mercedes-Benz SUV and fired multiple shots, hitting Hawi in the head and torso. The attack was captured on CCTV, which showed the gunman fleeing the scene immediately after the shooting. The brutal nature of the murder, executed with precision in a public space, underscored the dangerous and volatile world Hawi inhabited. His sudden death left a significant void in the leadership of the Comancheros and sent shockwaves through the outlaw motorcycle gang community. The getaway plan was meticulously executed. After the shooting, the gunman fled in a gray Mercedes-Benz hatchback, which was later found burnt out in Kogarah, a neighboring suburb. The act of torching the car was intended to destroy any forensic evidence that could link the assailants to the crime. The investigation revealed that the gray Mercedes had been stolen 9 months prior to the murder, indicating the premeditated nature of the crime. Following the burning of the initial getaway car, the suspects transferred to a second vehicle, a black Toyota Prado. This vehicle was strategically placed to facilitate their escape and was later tracked using extensive CCTV footage and automatic number plate recognition technology. CCTV footage from various locations helped investigators track the movements of the getaway vehicles. On the day before the murder, the Toyota Orion used in the escape was seen on a tow truck, indicating a strategic move to position the vehicle without drawing attention. On the day of the murder, this vehicle was seen on several streets, including Forest Road and Botany Road, further solidifying its involvement in the escape plan. The investigation into Mick Hawi's murder was led by Strikeforce Emirs, a specialized task force formed to tackle complex criminal cases involving organized crime. The complexity of the case required a detailed analysis of surveillance footage and forensic evidence. detectives scoured through thousands of hours of CCTV footage from various locations to piece together the suspect's actions before and after the murder. A significant breakthrough came with the discovery of a balaclava in one of the getaway cars. The balaclava contained DNA evidence that linked Yusuf Nazlıoğlu to the crime. This forensic link was crucial in building the case against him. Additionally, the extensive use of multiple vehicles, including a Toyota Orion observed on a tow truck before the murder and driven around various locations in Sydney, highlighted the level of planning involved. Search warrants were executed across several properties in Sydney's southwest, leading to the seizure of multiple vehicles believed to have been used in the murder. These included a silver Toyota Orion, a black Toyota Prado, and a white Toyota Corolla. The forensic analysis of these vehicles provided further evidence of the meticulous planning and execution of the crime. The motive behind Mick Hawi's murder was primarily financial. Police alleged that the murder was intended to prevent further financial payments to Hawi, stemming from disputes within the Sydney construction industry. This financial motive was deemed stronger than any potential gang-related conflict, although Hawi's high-profile status within the Comancheros added another layer of complexity to the case. Yusuf Nazlıoğlu and Ahmad Dudar, both members of the Lone Wolf outlaw motorcycle gang, were arrested and charged with Hawi's murder. Nazlıoğlu was alleged to be the shooter, while Dudar was implicated in planning and coordinating the attack. A third individual, Mustafa Salami, was charged as an accessory after the fact, accused of assisting in the conspiracy and activities leading to the murder. The arrests were the culmination of a complex investigation that combined forensic evidence, technical analysis, and extensive surveillance footage. Despite these efforts, securing a conviction proved challenging due to the sophisticated nature of the crime and the defense's successful argument that the presented motive was weak. The legal proceedings following Mick Hawi's murder were marked by significant complexity and high public interest. On August 2, 2018, police arrested Yusuf Nazlıoğlu and Ahmad Dudar, both members of the Lone Wolf outlaw motorcycle gang, in connection with Hawi's murder. They were apprehended during a series of coordinated raids across Sydney's southwest. Nazlıoğlu was charged with murder, alleged to be the shooter who fired the fatal shots at Hawi. Dudar was charged with planning and coordinating the murder. A third individual, Mustafa Salami, was arrested and charged with being an accessory after the fact, accused of assisting in the cover-up and disposal of evidence. The court hearings for the accused began with the presentation of substantial forensic and surveillance evidence. Key pieces of evidence included DNA found on a balaclava in one of the getaway cars, which linked Nazlıoğlu to the crime. Additionally, extensive CCTV footage tracked the movements of the getaway vehicles and the suspects on the day of the murder. The prosecution argued that the murder was financially motivated, aimed at preventing further financial payments to Hawi. This motive was linked to disputes within the Sydney construction industry rather than intra-gang conflicts. The prosecution presented evidence of extensive planning, including the use of multiple vehicles and strategic positioning to facilitate the getaway. During the trial, the defense sought to undermine the prosecution's case by questioning the strength of the motive and the reliability of the forensic evidence. Nazlıoğlu's defense argued that the DNA evidence was not conclusive, and that the prosecution's motive theory was weak. They contended that the financial disputes presented as the motive were not sufficiently compelling to justify such a drastic act. Despite the substantial forensic and surveillance evidence presented, the jury found Yusuf Nazlıoğlu and Ahmad Dudar not guilty of murder in 2020. The verdict was a significant blow to the prosecution, which had relied heavily on the DNA evidence and the narrative of financial motive. The acquittal sparked significant public outcry, particularly from Hawi's family. His widow, Carolina Gonzalez, expressed her heartbreak and disappointment with the judicial process. She lamented that crucial evidence had not been adequately considered, and she felt that the justice system had failed her family. Mick Hawi's life and murder encapsulate a dramatic narrative of rise, fall, and the quest for justice within the murky world of outlaw motorcycle gangs. His story is a stark reminder of the brutal realities of gang conflicts and the profound impacts these events have on families and communities. The detailed investigation, the complex motives, and the ongoing quest for justice continue to resonate within the public and legal sphere. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the shadows of the abyss of crime. As we conclude our exploration of the life and murder of Mick Hawi, we hope it has illuminated the deeper issues that lurk beneath the surface of society. If this series has captured your interest, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the darkest corners of criminal investigations. Please click the bell icon to ensure you don't miss any updates. Your engagement helps us bring these important stories to light. Until next time, stay vigilant and keep seeking the truth. Goodbye for now.